The rain falls steadily over Bhutan today, the pitch slick and the air cold. And perhaps that only makes this occasion feel even more dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome to the BoB Bhutan Premier League, where today's meeting between THIMPHU FC and BFF Academy carries consequences stretching from the very bottom of the table all the way to the top, because football changes quickly in this league, and yesterday proved exactly that. Right now at the top, table leaders BoB FC, who were unbeaten, brought crashing back down by a defeat from Tirang, a result that cracked the title race wide open. And even yesterday, with RTC getting a victory over THIMPHU City, it has cracked open the title race even more wider. And now standing directly in front of opportunity, BFF Academy, 7 points already, tied with BoB FC, and tonight victory would lift them alone to the summit of Bhutanese football on 10 points. A remarkable position for one of the league's youngest and most technically gifted sides. They have played with courage this season, with intelligence, with rhythm. But across them stands a side whose team look is entirely different. THIMPHU FC, the Thunderbolts, a club currently sitting 9th with just 3 points. And yet the table is so unbelievably compressed that one victory today changes everything. 3 points would catapult THIMPHU right into the crowded middle of the standings, joining a four-way tie between 3rd and 6th place on 6 points. So despite the rain, despite the difficult start, despite the pressure, there is hope. And in weather like this, matches often become less about beauty and more about survival. Tackles become harder, touches become heavier, and mistakes become more dangerous. So this evening may not belong to the most elegant football, it may belong to the most disciplined. The side willing to suffer, the side willing to embrace the conditions rather than complain about them. As the Warriors facing off today here in the sky, here in the rain and thunder, approach the field. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another match day. THIMPHU FC, the home team, versus BFF Academy. As the crowd, despite the rain, allow these Warriors to walk out into a thunderous applause. THIMPHU in blue, BFF Academy in the national orange, as we await the national anthem.
If you are able to stand, please rise up for the national anthem.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome yet again to another match day here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. And here is the starting 11 for the home team. Pramije Gachada getting his first start. Next is Jimoanchu, Prince, Tsinchu Neo, Siddharth Gurung, Stefan Abeku, Kritish Ratna, Paldan Sering, Som Juktrul, Tsinchu Gelton, and Richard Wilson. The starting 11 for THIMPHU. As for BFF Academy, we have Thor back in the starting lineup. Tanipenjo 21, Chogalas Shirap, number 3, Tinu Jamso, Deshok Drucker, Tanin Sewang, Tenu Gelsen, Som Doji, Kinzang, Lam Tenzin, getting his first start, Rins Doji, and Tinley Ezer, as always. Again, a solid lineups for both team. BFF, one of only 3 teams inside the entire competition to field an entirely local lineup. The others being Tensung and their institution partners, Ugan Academy. Right now, Ugan Academy is at the bottom of the table, while BFF Academy, despite their youth, again, they are a squad made up of entirely kids born between the years of 2007 and 9. So these are kids 16 to 18. And yet they are playing the best football we are seeing in this league. The rest, well, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, the comparisons drawn so far, but BFF, their gift with the ball at their feet, something entirely next level, something we haven't expected in a long while, but standing opposite them inside the rain, no better opportunity for the Thunderbolts to make a boom across THIMPHU. It is THIMPHU FC, Pramije getting his first start. Did see him sub in against Baitika in the 70th minute versus Transport United. The goalkeeper from Nepal does have a couple other partners from his country as well. We have Kritish Radna, age 23 from Nepal, alongside a couple of the foreigners. Prince getting a start this time as well. Siddharth Gurung has been solid, frequently subbed off the bench for THIMPHU, but this time will get a proper start. Not the tallest in that defensive position there at 170 centimeters, but well, as you all have seen, he really loves playing well beyond his stature. On the other side, Tsinchu Neo, despite starting out in the forward position for their first 2 campaigns and even in the qualifiers, so far in their last 2 games we have seen him start at that right back position, which he has done pretty well in. Is a bit cheeky, does take a little bit of an advantage given his veteran presence. But hopefully we see a beautiful display of football today. Yesterday was a tough match. Saw an opening from a brilliant run across the wing from Chigdral and a brilliant counter for RTC. But hopefully we are blessed with plenty more today. The legend of Bhutan, Tsinchu Gelton, awaiting the whistle to kick things off. Do let me know which team you think will come out on top. The referees for today, Pema Tsewang, assisted by Singyawanchu and Kinlepenjo. The 4th official for today is Wang Chen. As there is the countdown. And there is the whistle, hopefully the start of a thrilling 90 minutes. Prince plays it up front, but again, looking to win it right back up front in deep BFF territory. But not a mistake you see every day. Chogal Sharab mispasses it out for a throw-in. Dechok. On the wing is Sindhu Jamso. His partnership with Chinle Ezer, who frequently plays up his line, is a sight to see. A lethal duo from both players. And hopefully will be their win condition going forward. Again, Tinlaser, one of the few capable with both feet. Equally as talented, equally as pacey with his right and left. Alongside Rinzin Doji, has been one of their goal-scoring machines. Rizdoji right now top of the goal-scoring table alongside Stefan Stolin from Tirang. 4 goals to their name. Right behind in this BFF Academy squad is Tinlaser, who has 2 for himself. Alu got 1 in. Somdoji number 10 up front. 1 for himself, but so far has been enjoying a more creative role, as an unfortunate clash down there in midfield with the referee. Prince saw his talents down in the qualifiers playing for Samsjonkar. Almost single-handedly led them past everyone else. Almost got past Namla, who are now rebranded as Drukpayan at the top of the table. A key pickup. THIMPHU FC has picked up a few of their competitors from the other clubs in the qualifiers as well. Prem Jogi, a brilliant talent who we saw down in the qualifiers in their bench as well, but haven't seen him really display his talents for THIMPHU yet. There again, Tencho Neo, force it up, juke drill, lets it roll, but Tanitsong right in the way. And a goal kick, it will be unfortunate decision making from the part of juke drill. Otherwise, a brilliant player. Fun fact, was THIMPHU FC's first man of the match once they came back in the qualifiers. Right now, has been solid, has earned his starting minutes, but not quite the impact they want. Rizdoji. Jiggle right there, but again, simply unfortunate on that connection. But BFF do a good job earning themselves a throw-in. Their on-screen Lam Tenzin. A shake-up in the starting 11 for BFF as well. Again, most of these teams are dealing with suspensions, injuries, and as such, we are not really seeing the fullest starting lineup, and the coaches having to navigate around those issues as well. It was mostly evident yesterday between RTC and THIMPHU City. City missing Jonathan Zorella, 80, and Sadiq Suli, their main target up front. And on the other hand, it was RTC missing their top scorer, Sado. But despite that, RTC managed to pull off a brilliant win. However, it was painful. A painful 80 minutes to watch as both teams struggled to find a footing. But right now, these two teams, early mistakes from BFF Academy. The rain definitely playing a part. Does make the ball a little bit heavy and a little bit hard to control. As Prince. Unfortunate juke drill right after Tanisong. Chuggle shut up. No goal to his name yet, but 2 fantastic attempts from distance. Really loves to go at it when he gets the space at the center line. Had 2 marvelous attempts which came off the crossbar. Plenty of power, no dip as well. Hopefully we see one of them convert anytime soon. But we'll have to wait a little bit longer as THIMPHU FC earned themselves a throw-in. Again, a relatively younger side for THIMPHU FC as well. Richard Wilson up front for THIMPHU FC was only born in 2005. The Ghanaian. You know how strong Ghana is as a footballing country. Was a national under-17 invitee back when he was down there. But so far has made a solid career abroad in the Asian countries. And right now, despite the rough start, looking to shake things up, Richard Wilson. But transition the other way. Rinzin Toji and Prince in the way. No foul intended, just wanted to get a body in. And Balden right behind as well. Again, speaking to the chemistry that THIMPHU, despite being well, Rizdoji up front, have seen heroics from him, similar angles, but a foot two off, and brilliant defending there from Prince. Will deny that opportunity, which otherwise was marvelously set up with that pass right down the middle. The Academy boys, so far a brilliant defensive effort, manages to get a foot in on that run from Central Gelson. Richard Wilson the other way. Possession still alive. A heavy contest there, but it falls right in the way for BFF. Looking immediately for the counter, plenty of options to work with, roll right up front. And back to Pramijay. New up to Jukdril. Not quite the contact required to earn a whistle there for Jukdril, and it will go the other way. Again, a lot at stake here for BFF Academy. Yesterday with City falling down, and earlier with Drukpa falling to Tsirang. The only team to remain purely unbeaten. 2 wins and a draw to their name, 7 points tied alongside Drukpa. This very well may be the avenue they need, as Central Gelson gets a brilliant pass inside the box, has that one-on-one burst left, and Thor with the denial. Brilliant goalkeeping there from 21. And THIMPHU will have to resort to a corner to get one in. Again, look at that pass, that position. Brilliant from Tencho, but could not quite get the angle and the lift. Siddharth on the corner, a lot of bodies in the way, a lot of blue jerseys, gets the first contact. Richard Kofi cleared off, and Rinzin Toji, the second effort, will go right towards the center line. Chogal Sharap flicked off, but right in the way is Stefan Abeku. Also, with regards to the times I mentioned players with their numbers, it is because some of our viewers, I assume, and just playing safe, do not know the names of these players, and just so that they get an understanding of which player is who, I sometimes use the number, I sometimes use their name. Just playing it safe, as I was instructed to do so. So I will keep on doing it. But never mind. Back to the match at hand, Stefan Abeku. Right in the middle, Siddharth is comfortable playing in that back line, but prefers to have a bit more touches up in the middle. Seems like his wishes have finally been answered. Costly there, Lumtenzin might have waited a bit too long. Yes, he did. Poke right out from behind. And Balden sitting. Stefan Abeku And back to Stefan Epeku. Again, not the oldest of players, but his playstyle really comfortable. Only 22 years of age right now, but plays like a grown man. But again, a man alone will not be able to stop a team, as BFF Academy looking for avenues to poke through THIMPHU. Alu. Quite a harsh challenge from behind as an early opportunity after quick restart, and THIMPHU left the mouth ajar. Amidst the confusion, Dodo with a magnificent run up front, and the goal will stand. Caught off guard. Quick restart, and Rinzin Tochi, my oh my. A lapse in their defense. Confusion in the Thunderbolts, and BFF capitalizing without any mistakes this time. Well, with that, Rinzin Doji has his fifth and has now solidified himself as the current top scorer here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. But instant reply, it is Thinphhu Kelson. From distance, then Penjo. Brilliant save, not the best of efforts from Thinphhu Kelson. Did see the variety of shots he can come up with. Saw the latest addition to his arsenal, a knuckleball in that matchup, in that victory against RTC. But this time it will require a bit more calibration before we see one go in for the legend. Tenzin off to the wing. Alu right there. Pass will go through to Chagal Sherab. Ambitious there on that run was Tanitseong, but THIMPHU City get the much needed interception in between. Thinphhu Neo drills it right in the middle. A bit too much power there for Kritish. Dodo again on the left, finds the angle down the middle. What a flick there, right back towards Ristoji. BFF lets it roll. Shoved off by Prince, and back towards Pramijay Gachadar it will be. THIMPHU playing it slow. Jugdril. A challenge in the way, but Jugdril strong enough to fight through it. Kritish Chunju. Flicked over. Heavily contested in the middle, but it is Riz Doji coming out with yet another opportunity for the counter from behind. ThinphU Neo gets a clean challenge in. But again, ThinphU Neo will not be enough. Held on to that ball for a bit too long as Riz Doji sets up a beautiful run on that right flank. Delivery right at the penalty spot. But a bit too far forward. Lost his focus for a millisecond there. And out of position he was. Otherwise a brilliant build-up, all courtesy of their captain. But despite the miss, it is a sign of good things to come for BFF, as THIMPHU looking to respond in kind, but Jukdrol. Then Benjo toying around with Sencho. Again, just my observation, but it has been a harsh campaign for Sencho. In possession, he has not been given any sort of room, especially when his matchup is a Bhutanese player. Seems like they make it a personal assignment to deny the legend any proper touches and any opportunity to do something or anything at all. Saw it once versus THIMPHU, saw it again versus RTC. And right now the same happening as BFF. Delivery chipped off high, and Lumptens in a bit too far forward. Pramijay gets the read in behind, sends it right up. Again, then the Benjo. Early momentum here for BFF Academy. Their youth definitely allowing them to ride this wave as high as they want to. Again, kudos to head coach Kamadema. Did a fantastic job with her squad this time around. As BFF, another opportunity pass in the middle. Lumptens in out of position. And Tigel will not get that pass back. Jukdrol got a foot in. BFF gets it right back. Richard Wilson, strong shoulder in the midst of 6 players. Sencho Gelson a touch a bit too heavy. And there again, read like a book. But the offense still not dead. Jukdrol had a chance to do something, and Chogal Cherub will flick it off back for a throw-in. Again, Neo. His throw-ins pretty much corners. Not sure if he has a background in javelin or anything, but definitely making it feel like it. As yet another throw-in will be placed right into the penalty area. This time placed a little bit far too out. A head in the way. Anyone's ball and cleared off. BFF saved from immediate danger. And it will be a throw-in for THIMPHU. This time on the other end, BFF do have the numbers advantage. THIMPHU committing a lot of players of their own up front as well. Hopefully they are prepared for a counter, which BFF is really promising in. Delivered at the edge of the box, a body in the way. Jukdrol has the space, left foot off of Sencho, and it will be a goal kick for BFF Academy. Then the Benjo. Ball kept alive, BFF Academy. On the flank, right back, Richard Wilson. Baldin. Off to Stefan Abeku. Sencho Gelson. This time looking promising, Richard Wilson on that left. A lot of options in the way, but no contact there. Rolls well out. Sencho Neal looking to cut right in. Again the pace from the veteran. Can't really comment on his performance, but will have to respect his heart. The love for the game And the hustle to get his team in still there as a close touch there. Almost got it past the goalkeeper, but the opposite direction. Prince off to Stefan Abeku. Delivery right in the middle and Chogal shut up in the way. Rinzindoji. It is a 3-on-4 situation. Developing in midfield. Alu. Right back out. That right wing has been a boon from the gods for BFF Academy. This time will not work. And the promising attack fizzles out yet again. Richard Wilson off to THIMPHU. This time he has the space. Will not get a better one. Chukdrol making that run up front. Richard Wilson unfortunate on that communication. Flicks it off. THIMPHU gets that control in with his right, but a tad too heavy. Cleared off. And still anyone's ball, but it is THIMPHU. Kritish Chunju. Delivery inside the box, and yet again wave after wave denied brilliantly by BFF. And the fullest up, a brilliant save there by THIMPHU. What an effort from distance. Not the power, but the arc on that shot. The threatening factor. Siddharth Kurung let it right up and almost got past THIMPHU. Solid goalkeeping so far. Keeping THIMPHU away and away. Yet another corner. Delivery right in the middle. No contact there. First touch missed. And Prince will run right back. Again, a brilliant opportunity to make something happen. But that final header there from Stefan Abeku. Missed pass, not a sight you see every day. THIMPHU lobs it right off to THIMPHU, who will get that shot off. A string of close calls still has not ended as THIMPHU Gelson gets the ball right back in deep BFF territory, but a mistake from 7. Jugdal gets it right back, the double team effective. Flicked off right between THIMPHU Neo and Siddharth, poked off in midfield. Alu looking for runners. Heavily contested, it will be BFFs for the throw-in. Again, the rain is picking up here over Chang Limitao. But despite that, a lot of turnout. It is a highly weighted bout. And especially with THIMPHU Gelson playing, no surprise in the turnout. Chogal Sharab misjudged that clearance. Baldin lets it roll and BFF for the cleanup. But that pressure immediately there, not quite enough to clear it off. THIMPHU Neo. Body diggle there. And BFF gets a clean challenge in and a lot of avenues for them to exploit. Rinzindoji on that left wing has that one-on-one, still alive on that line, but that final challenge from Kritish Chunju will send it out of bounds. Dandin back to Chogal Sharab. Again, looking forward to a miraculous shot from this youngster. Saw plenty, but simply did not convert right now. As a brilliant through ball placed up front, Pramit J gets the read in. What a pass it was. Got through to the box in one pass. Again, the technical ability on these youngsters are looking promising. As Richard Wilson on that left flank, a bit too much flair for the 10. Jimochu. Again, one of the many players and staff from Samsi that are now playing for THIMPHU. So far, despite the depth in terms of foreign talent THIMPHU have signed to their squad this time around. Jumonchu has done a solid job for himself, earning minutes in the starting lineup. Also, the goalkeeper for THIMPHU is Pramijay Gachadar, over from Nepal. Recently, I did send a survey out across to all the players. Couldn't get a hold of a couple of teams, collecting a little bit of a data like preferred name, commentary name. Well, most of the players misunderstood while I asked for their preferred commentary name and thought I was asking for preferred commentator, which they all answered Nyungpo. Can't really blame them. But yeah, Pramijay wants to be called James, so going forward I will call him James, if in case there is any confusion. As the referee, a couple of words over there. Not quite sure what the situation there was, but the restart is for THIMPHU. Palden right there, Richard Wilson right there, gets a beautiful flick off. Tinchu Kelson back heels it. Palden pokes it right up, but in the way is Tandin Sewang. Unfortunate touch there. Immediately let's lose that shot from Kritish Chunju. Again, one of THIMPHU's best pickups for this season. Was a part of Nepal's under-20, was a part of Nepal's under-23, and got the invite to Nepal's senior team for appearances in the year of 2025. So again, one of Nepal's most talented players right now, taking his talents over for THIMPHU. Hasn't really been able to get involved. Not really the best tactics to set him in motion. Again, a look at that double team on Jugdrol. Chuggle got a knee in. Also, much love for the feedback. I will keep that in mind. I kept it short because by the time I finished saying the entire sentence, something already happened. But this time, already had one effort. We've seen one from the same angle against RTC in this very ground. Can the legend hit it in? Not quite. And it floats up and above again. The Thunderbolts not really able to deliver the boom here in the rain. And back to Thor it is. An ironic matchup here. THIMPHU, his nickname is Thor, by the way. And his opponents are the Thunderbolts. Just only realized this matchup. But again, whenever there's rain, a lot of expectations from THIMPHU. Their social media team doing a really brilliant job marketing their presence and building. Richard Wilson lets it roll. May not be the best of decisions. Unfortunate there from Chogal. Shut up! As THIMPHU yet again cannot capitalize on BFF's mistakes. Tsindu Jamso. Back towards James. Stefan Abeku has switched sides this time around with Prince. was earlier in that left centre back. As BFF recover. Has a man down in the middle. But with that advantage played, it is right back to THIMPHU. Not much time remain, only a quarter of an hour until the end of the first half. A lot of promise from THIMPHU, but they are falling short in a lot of steps. Richard Wilson, brilliant touch, but the chemistry not quite there. Ambitious, but Prince will send it right back off to Siddharth. Again, this team, their first match, not quite the best as we had hoped. Started off their campaign, highly anticipated campaign, with a loss. But so far have gotten the chances to build something up from their squad. Apparently have even given Budni's names over to their foreign players. Eche Prince John has been dubbed Prince Doji, apparently. Did not get the starting minutes early on, but right now has been performing solidly. But again, it will need a little bit more than this to get a win in their name. THIMPHU are at 9th place right now in the table. As a close call in the back line, but James, brilliant job sending it off to Stefan Abeku. Again, both teams right now unable to hold on to any sort of solid possession. They are committing turnovers within seconds, within a couple of touches. As yet again, BFF loses it out. This time, Sencho Kjelsen will not keep that possession alive for THIMPHU. Send it right back. Sindhu Jamso. Option right in the middle. No. Chogal Sherop. Tande Penjo right in the middle. Might have been risky, but accurate it is. A brilliant pass there from the goalkeeper. Sets off an attack from Chogal Sherop, who throws it away. Was ambitious there, had the creativity, but, well, given their age, cannot always expect perfection. But that challenge, brilliantly timed there, sends it right back to Thor. Prince, with that pressure, couldn't get a proper clearance off, but does well sending it right back to James, who sends it off to Abeku, looking for the space in the middle. Baits off Rinzin Doji. Sencho Neo has that angle on the line open. Richard Wilson dropping all the way down, helping out his team where they need him the most, and single-handedly carving open a wide hole in BFF's midfield. Not many angles up front. Sencho gets a chest in, but from behind is Chogal Sherop. Still, Chogal Sherop pokes it off. Unfortunate. Has the angle for a cut in. Delivered. Left-footed clearance misses. And right inside the box as BFF Academy fumble after fumble. Sencho Neo now on the right. A header in the way. Brilliant there from Kinza Tuktawanshu. And Nono will force out a corner for THIMPHU yet again. Multiple times have they gotten this opportunity, and so far none of their deliveries challenging BFF's defense and goalkeeper anytime. Again, the tallest in their squad is Tande Penjo, listed at 181. So not really the most physically imposing team, but their effort and their heart does make a lot of difference. Kritish right in the box. Tande Penjo got a hand in against Chukdrol, but Tande Penjo is struggling to get back up. A replay at that again. Kritish Chunju. Brilliant decision making. Send it right out. And Chukdrul positioned to perfection. But may have possibly cost BFF their goalkeeper. Hopefully it is nothing serious. No shortage of injuries. Right from the get-go, we did see THIMPHU's main signing. John O'Weary, if you might be familiar with the name. One of the most tenured players here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. Might have seen his poster alongside Messi back when he played in the Youth World Cup for his country. But he went down with an injury early on. Haven't seen him back. Hopefully the recovery is going strong. But right now THIMPHU is down. Well, on the other side, a sub is coming in for THIMPHU. It is Tawad Sirring, who was taken out from the starting lineup, and being taken out is Siddharth Kurung. Again, substitution has been made. Captained multiple matches for THIMPHU FC. Brought over for one of the talents brought over from Samsi. And Siddharth, who was otherwise having a brilliant time here, has been taken out. But THIMPHU, despite the struggles, has come in, and that very well may have been the end for the momentum THIMPHU FC was gaining in the last couple of minutes. But as to whether they can get right back in where they left off will be a question left to be answered as we resume with BFF Academy. Chukdrul posts it up quite brilliantly, but that angle simply a bait as Nono pokes it off to that right flank. That is BFF's fastest player on that right wing, but miscommunication in the way. The first touches for Dawa. Prince. Again, the talent we saw back in Samru Jonkar. Sencho. Earns yet another corner, and on it is Kritish Chunju. Already had one close call with Chukdrul in the 6-yard box. Can they pick up on that momentum? Delivery too far back. Not even Stefan Abe could get ahead in. And immediately on the resumption, BFF with the throw-in. Right now they are holding on to the lead. They got courtesy of their captain Rinzdoji back in the 11th minute, made it his 5th goal. And now above Stefan Solin, who has 4 goals for Tirang. Again, simply unfortunate for the Thunderbolts. The rain slowly dying out here at Chang Lemetang, and with that it seems like THIMPHU are fading out as well. Only less than 5 minutes remain until the end of the first half. As a powerful strike, driven right into THIMPHU, will send it back out long. Kritish gets a foot in, pokes it right out, but nobody in the way. BFF Academy haven't seen a promising build-up in a long while from these youngsters, but they are getting that press in quite deep. Off to St. John Neo, but again 99 will not get there in time. Again, the head coach for BFF, Coach Kamadema, doing a fantastic job recently and a fully fledged pro license for coaching. And simply hats off to the job she has done with the youngsters. Bhutan's future really looking promising with these Dragon Boys. But a lot more to be tested of their medal. Richard Wilson. Still Richard Wilson. Off to Tencho Gelson. That first left foot feint and that right foot, a body in the way. Off to Prince. Again, really loves sending those pings up front. Was a key factor as to why Samru Jonkar was successful in their qualifier campaign. But this time the short pass not there. Alu knocked down. BFF still gets a touch in. Rins Doji on that left against Prince. Played back, helping out Taniseong. Not many options to work with. Som Doji is still down. Chogel Sharap almost went for it. But Sencho Gelson's scouting report complete. Read that shot. And sent off by Tindu Jamso. Again, well read there by Sencho Gelson. Chogel Sharap, as I talked about, referring to what I said earlier, really loves going for those shots from distance if he gets the space anywhere near the center line. A brilliant read there from the legend. And THIMPHU get yet another opportunity. Pass a bit too heavy. Miscommunication there. Then Penjo makes the first save, and it is right towards BFF yet again. What a half it has been for the goalkeeper of BFF Academy. Look at that miscommunication again. Richard Wilson with the chance of his life. And couldn't get it past Penjo. And immediately, without any breaks, we are back. The other way. Unfortunate there. Nono loses possession. Chukdrol on that right, pokes it right back. Might have been a step too behind. St. John Neo gets that cut in, but the veteran no longer has the pace. You have to admit he is strong. His timing and perception are exceptional, but he will need to rely on more than just his pace against these youngsters. And there it is, the signal. 3 more minutes have been added until we hear the whistle from the referee. Danitewang, throw in played short. A lot of bodies in the way, but they find the only angle out. Alu sets off that run on that right. No. Hands it off. A slight confusion there from BFF, but they recover beautifully. Bilham Tenzin. Also, with regards to the phrases I use, when I end up on autopilot, I simply default to whatever I have at the top of my head. But I am working on keeping a glossary of phrases and words I can use, so look forward to my improvement. But looking forward to your kindness right now. But back to the match at hand. Dawtsering has been solid since subbing in for Siddharth. Neo delivery right in the middle, no foot in the way. Off to Alu again, this time wins the challenge against Kritish Chunju. Again, the right flank has been their bread and butter for the BFF side. This time has the pace yet again, delivery right inside. And James punches it off. Chukdrul had a wonderful opportunity otherwise, but that will fizzle out. Dechok lobs it off high. They are offside. Neo posted up on that right flank. Touch, heavy, juke drill, set up! A bit too heavy on that return from Senchu Kelson. And in the safe hands of Tenipen Joires. Not much time remained. Half a minute left. As it is thrown right back to James. Perfectly timed tackle there by Alu. Rizdoji. On him is Prince. Brilliant escape, Tanin. Chogal Sherab has the power on that right foot if he wants to send it up. He does, but too low, easy interception. As there is the whistle to end the first half. A brilliant matchup so far. Both teams equal in terms of opportunities, and BFF gifted the only goal right now, courtesy of a completely surprised squad for THIMPHU FC. But going forward, that luck will not be there for them. 1-0, not a comfortable scoreline at all. A lot more required out of these boys. A lot more required out of these Thunderbolts. The rain has disappeared, but again, the time for the boom not yet over. Looking forward to what they will do. This was your commentator, Oguntesh Toji. Until then, see you guys later. Ladies and gentlemen, Kusangpo, and welcome back to the second half between what has been so far a thrilling showdown between THIMPHU FC and BFF Academy. Right now, BFF Academy lead courtesy of a goal from their captain Rinzin Doji in the 11th minute. THIMPHU FC, on the other hand, no goal to their name, but their momentum, their pressure have been up in the past quarter of an hour. Hopefully, the halftime break has not deafened the might of their blows, and hopefully they will keep it up again. A goal is coming, but simply not sure which side it will fall for. BFF on the other side have been making a lot of simple mistakes this time around. Hopefully it will not derail their progress they've earned so far in the first half. Brilliant defensive efforts all around, and the nil scoreline of THIMPHU fully credited to BFF's goalkeeper Danipenjo, who has made brilliant save after save. Shots have come from all angles. Som Jugdral got a shot in, Richard Wilson got a shot in, and Tencho 2 free kicks, but none on target right now. As an early foul there. Will and THIMPHU restart from the half line. Only one substitution so far. It was Siddharth Kurung who was brought out for Dawat Sirring in that defensive midfielder role, right in front of Prince and Stefan Abeku. On the other hand, the back line of BFF Academy having a solid day. Lam Tenzin getting his first starting minutes for his team. A struggling first half. A minor gap in focus, his issue right now. Sometimes out of position, sometimes not expecting the touches that are coming his way. But hopefully he gets it under control. BFF will need all the manpower they can get up front alongside Alu, Rizdochi and Tileyezer. James sends it up long, but a bit inaccurate on that kick, and it will go out for a BFF throw-in. Prince. Again, his key play style back when he played with Samdjonkar in their qualifier run was that he would be the lighthouse that pinged the balls up to his wingers and forwards and hope that they made something out of it. And when his passes were out of form, Samdjonkar struggled as well. And right now, a tactical change in his performance, focusing mostly on shorter passes. Not really his comfort zone. But so far, so good from Prince, or Prince Doji as he has been dubbed apparently. Again, nice to see these foreign signings acclimatizing themselves to the environment here in Bhutan, especially getting friendly with their teammates. And also apologies, it was not Samdjonkar, it was THIMPHU Ravens. My bad, got the teams confused. But yeah, that was the playstyle nonetheless. Chimonchu. A substitution there. Paulden being subbed out and being brought in is Nimayezer. BFF Academy on the other hand, still no substitutions from their part, will fight it out with their starting 11 through to the end. BFF from distance, plenty of power. But Pramije gets it under control. THIMPHU Gelson's arm fully grabbed will earn that whistle for THIMPHU FC. But again, THIMPHU Neo. Early on, not quite sure which matchup it was, but did have that one time where he went against the referee's call, played a throw-in, and the referee didn't know what to do. This time, luckily, could not take advantage of the officials. Could be dangerous. Chimiwanchu plays it right out. Richard Wilson has gotten to showcase his skills a little bit, but not as much as he wants. As THIMPHU delivers it right in. And THIMPHU rose. Couldn't get a touch in. And it is back to Tanipenjo, who sends it out long. Rizdoji posted up. Stefan Abeku catches it on the side. Again, Tinder Jamso. His partnership with Tinley Hazer up front has been a lethal combination, and one of many partnerships that is working. Aslam Tenzin, again unfortunate there. Sindhu sends it right back down the middle. Nimai is there. Alu tries to get it past THIMPHU Gelson's legs, and BFF will recover. James plays it long. Richard Wilson, a foot in the way. Brilliant timing on that by Richard Wilson. Sets up that run up front, but Tandon, again the goalkeeper on fire today. His fourth crucial stop of the night, and the second on Som Jokdrol as a substitution on the sidelines for BFF. Sent out long off to James. Stefan Abeku wanting that ball, but James will send it out long himself. Driven off to the left. Nyemazer, a foot in the way, and the substitution finally underway. Tenipunzo coming in for Hum Tenzin, who has had an otherwise solid start here for BFF Academy. Couldn't ask for a better performance. But that will be the end of his story right now, and BFF looking to continue on with their run. A 1-0 lead for the youngsters. Jimmy Wanchu, right down the middle. Juk drill ahead in, but a foot in the way. Right off in midfield, lobbed up high. Alu flicks it above the foot of Kritish Chunju. BFF up to Rinzin Doji. A lot of options. That back post is open. Right behind Prince, but a bit too much power. Couldn't meet Tanipunso, as that ball is sent past the gate and out onto the roads. BFF not wasting any time. They do have a lot of options available. Rins Doji asking for that ball in midfield. It is off to Chogal Cherab. Again, that space. He really likes it, but this time his pass off target. Daud Sering. Clean challenge behind THIMPHU Gelson. Knocked down Chogal Cherab. Rins Doji much deeper. Well, a promising attack dwindling out yet again for THIMPHU. Benjo. Strong delivery up front. Stefan Abek with the first header. BFF. Diggle cannot get that ball under control. Neo sends it off to Jugdrol. Again, a compact block. A bit higher than most teams would like. But they are doing a solid job nonetheless. Stefan Abeku. Off to Jimmy Wanchu. A slight fumble there. Possession. A loud thud there as that ball played up. Prince doing a brilliant job denying Rinzin Dochi. And James sends it right up and away. Nyima is there. Accuracy on that left foot not quite there. Richard Wilson doing his level best, but Tane Benjo will send it right out. Contact off of THIMPHU. And it will be a throw-in for BFF Academy. Nima is there. Stefan Abeku off to James. And back to Stefan Abeku. Stefan Abeku will send it right down the middle. THIMPHU FC has the space there. Senjo Kelson caught that ball a little bit too under. And Tansong will send it off. Quick restart. Neo. Cheeky throw in there. The communication with Jugdrol a bit rushed. Not the best of showings there from the veteran Senjo Neo. Otherwise, entertaining, but at the same time effective. But right now, the youngsters are getting under their skin. Shoves right in the middle. Dautsiring and Tanepunso were getting a little bit chippy there. But nothing out of it. Rizdoji left-footed. Dautsiring gets a foot in. Prince sends it off long. Jugdrol into a contested space in midfield, but has the freedom to send it out to the flanks. And Dautsiring. Final touch Dautsiring, and it will be a throw-in, which BFF will gladly take. Dawa. Back to Stefan Abeku again. Troubling chemistry between THIMPHU FC here. Simply unable to find the development they need to get that ball up front to Richard Wilson or Senjo Kelson. An empty middle lane. But a bit too late. Couldn't meet that pass on time. Again, a golden opportunity there for BFF Academy. Had that lane down the middle, alone and empty. Senjo Neo, yet another slip. Brilliantly won back. Senjo Kelson gets that touch in. Still possession for THIMPHU. Miss pass there, costly, but Senjo Kelson did not see Alu coming his way, and neither did he. Senjo Kelson flicks it up right middle. And a header sends it off. Nyima is there. And again, back to the antics of Tanipenjo. Sends it out long. Rinzin posted against Prince and Stefan Abeku. Stefan. Richard Wilson. Brilliant strike on number 10 for THIMPHU, but haven't been able to put it to good use. Their centre backs in and of themselves are solid. Their forwards in and of themselves are solid. But that connection in the middle is where things are going awry for the Thunderbolts. And if they cannot find a way past that confusion they are fighting off in the midfield alongside BFF, does not look like it will be an easy way out for them going forward. Right now it has been a congested league, and if BFF win, they will finally get beyond the reach of the teams in the middle of the table and continue on with their unbeaten streak. Right now it is 2 wins, 1 draw for them. Tied alongside by Drukpa, who looked like they were on a promising run but were toppled by Tirang. As a couple of words from the referee. It is between Daud Sering and Alu. And a yellow card for Daud Sering. But back to the restart. Stefan Abeku drives it right in the middle. Easy interception there for BFF Academy. Solid header in the way as THIMPHU FC and their build-up interrupted. Out of Chile's efforts. BFF do and themselves a throw-in. Sendu Jamto plays it right along the line. Danibunso off to Alu on that right. Attempted to poke it right between the legs of Chimiwachu. But BFF will have to settle for a throw-in. Tinjo. THIMPHU getting desperate. But this time a promising run in. BFF committed too many bodies up front. Richard Wilson cuts right back into heavy traffic. And right in the middle, Daw. St. John Neo left footed off to Jukdril. Ball still alive. In the way is Dundon, who manages to get a body in the way and off for a corner it will be. Brilliant effort otherwise from THIMPHU, who looked like they could have gotten a spearhead in through that left flank with Wilson. But might not have been the best of decisions to go in down that middle. But they do get a corner. Tawa. Delivery. Lofted right in the penalty area. Ahead in the way. But the bounce taking the sting out of it. And Tanipenjo releases out quickly. Rizitochi, brilliant touch. Confusion, but brilliant defending nonetheless. BFF will get yet another chance to try again. Unfortunate pass there, recovered fortunately. BFF, a lot of options, 4 versus 4. Tandin off to the left. Possible cross off that overlap. Neo right in the way. Again, BFF, most of the initiative lost, but doing a solid job keeping possession. Alu pokes it out right in the middle. Tanipunso. And now BFF cutting in, but the offside flag has been raised. Otherwise, a brilliant build-up. That unfortunate run-in with the defense early on. Again, a better look at that. Again, does not really look offside. Even Coach Kamadema from the sidelines had a couple of words for the official there. But a call is a call, can't really do much. Stand in. Almost a fumble from Thor. BFF sends it out long. Prince gets a header in right towards Dawa, who manages a flick off to Abeku. And what's a connection between these three? Chugro, with the help of Tinchin Neo, gets that angle right in the middle. Tinchin Kelton back off to Tinchin Neo. Right-footed delivery right in the box. A foot in. Anthony Pinjo, what a save! One of the best opportunities THIMPHU FC has managed throughout the entirety of the first hour. Look at that shot, first touch from Nyumayezer. Timed to perfection, but placed right towards the goalkeeper. And Tande Penjo, no mistakes. Rizdoji, challenge on Pramije, forced to send it out. Neo somehow keeps that ball alive with a header. Slow decision there from the official, but throw in favor of BFF. BFF. Again, right now the Thunderbolts are at their most scattered. Time to perfection. Digel. Otherwise a promising run, but BFF are keeping those attempts coming in. Look at that run. Digel, pressure from behind from Prince will be enough to offset that shot. Again, look at that. Challenge from Chimiwachu. All over. But at the same time, BFF not wasting any seconds. Allu! But quick restart from BFF. The Thunderbolts have gotten the opportunity to regroup. This is their most compact they've been in a while. And no opportunity there for BFF. Stefan Abeku right down the middle. Tawa. Sencho. Again, Nyumayezer. A complete shambles in terms of formation from THIMPHU. As to whether this complication in terms of positioning is hampering them or benefiting them, Can't really say for sure. Attention, Neo yet again turns it over. Out of bounds, throw in for BFF. Again, tensions are getting high, a lot at stake for both teams. THIMPHU right now 9th place, right above BoB Academy, who has 0. Ambitious shot there, but it is Rinzin Doichi, can't really complain with regards to his shot selection. Again, BFF Academy, a solid team all around, a lot of hands in the way there. Almost a manslaughter from what I saw. But again, BFF, a very young squad, all of them born no later than 2007. Still teenagers, and a marvelous job they are doing here in Bhutan's highest level of football. Again, one thing they excel at is in terms of technicality. Their ability with the ball on the ground is second to none. And not only in terms of comparing them to other teams, by any standard they are quite decent. But again, Bhutan at this point, personally what I feel is we require a really good striker in our youth. We do have Rizdoji, we do have Alu, we do have Tilaser and the others, but naturally they are more of a creative midfielder. Not really the target you want up front. You want them involved deep in build-up. And Tilaser, you want his pace on that wing. If BFF can come up with a youngster you can put up front confidently against any team, well, I see a lot of growth for BFF. But that is still an exploration we can leave for later as BFF. Tsindu. Now Tsering. That back flick. Strong there. Rizdoji. Finally a promising chance. From Tistins. The effort is there. The off the rebound. Right past James. And BFF get their second, but confusion underway. Well, that goal disallowed. Discussions underway. Coach Karmadem are not happy with that goal. Well, confusion has been the story throughout the entirety of this game as a yellow card. Locked and loaded. And unfortunate there for BFF, but THIMPHU FC will get a breath of fresh air. BFF looking to restart immediately. Chile pass it back. Tinder jumps, so that pass intercepted midway. Again, a lot of confusion has been the story throughout the entirety of this match. BFF earlier had A chance which was ruled offside but was a perfectly legal run. And this time around their second has been denied yet again. But back to the match at hand. Richard Wilson. Again with that denial. Hope still alive. Laser a bit ambitious there. As Wilson manages to sell that foul. A substitution underway. It is Suraj Rasaili coming in for Jugdral. And Liki Kanzo or Noko coming in for Jimiwachu.
Double substitution for THIMPHU FC, jersey number 9.
Again, not quite sure how audible the ground sound is for you guys watching the broadcast on YouTube. But a lot of disappointment being made audible here in the stands at Changlemitang. Did have a bit of rain early on, but seems to have settled. Tinjunio. Again, that throw in as dangerous as a corner. Looking to put things in, but BFF solidifying. Gets a header in. Sends it right back out. Tinjunio lets it bounce past Tandin. Anyone's ball. Again, confusion. As throw-in awarded to BFF. This time, no caution with regards to offside. Hands it right back out. Right in front of the post, and James with the denial. The second one sails off the crossbar. Tiggle could have made it too. And if he hadn't, the second one definitely could have. But THIMPHU will get to breathe yet again. As this time the offside flag for THIMPHU. Look at that shot to get right towards the extended arm of James. And that second. Again, not really the worst miss we've seen. There were 3 defenders in the way, including the goalkeeper. We have seen misses right inside the 6-yard box, which was not even on target. So can't really complain as THIMPHU FC send off a hopeful ball filled with their prayers off to Richard Wilson. But even him with his explosiveness cannot get it there. BFF. There's the new sub, Suraj Rasaili. A bit too much hands there, but that pass from Chile is a time to perfection. Delivered inside brilliantly by Tiggle. Fortunate for THIMPHU, no contact. Perfectly timed on that challenge. No. Rizdoji shoved off. Flicked in the way of Sencho Kelton, but too many bodies in the way, and Tanipenjo will get the save and the denial on THIMPHU's hopes. A bit more than 10 minutes remain, and this match intensifying to its fullest. Tandin. Nobody in the way with an orange jersey there. Only James there. Again, these youngsters bowling out. As that run from Tencho Kelsen, Chogal Cherab right in the way. Kept onside by Chogal. Again, number 3, a joy to watch. The defender put his full talent on display. But back to Prince. Richard Wilson again. Perfectly timed on that challenge. Will send it off for a throw-in. Richard Wilson gets it right back. This time a better angle for that delivery. Played in. THIMPHU gets a head in. Off the woodworks. THIMPHU misjudging the trajectory completely, but the second time no mistakes from the goalkeeper. Look at that elevation from number 7. THIMPHU saved by the corner of that crossbar. This time, breeze through right down the middle. James will send out to Stefan Abeku. Prince on the other side will get it and has the space to carry it forward. Again, his long passes are his biggest threats, but this time does not really seem to suit the tactical needs of the team. Again, accurate. That header flicks it off right back. Suraj cannot get a touch in. Yuma is there. THIMPHU Neo, not really the best display of his talents, but this time makes no mistakes. Hopefully he can continue on that streak. The veteran has been showing immense signs of struggles against the youngsters, but this time pass delivered with perfection. Prince off to Stefan Abeku, finding an angle right down the middle. Threaded back to Stefan Abeku. Dawa. A lot of frustrations for 14. But that left flank finally opening up. A header in the way. Inside, and a final contact from THIMPHU will send it off target. Again, brilliant delivery. And that run timed to perfection, but just couldn't get the finish in. Has been the story throughout. Looks like it will be the story going on for THIMPHU. Again, right now only a 1-0 scoreline. Was the same in their loss versus Transport United, with a miracle of a header from Titaniel. Confusion, but again the technical ability and the calmness betraying the youth of these youngsters. Again, right now BFF are getting a lot of opportunities in, but simply not getting past the Nepali goalkeeper. Otherwise, we typically see Baitika start for THIMPHU, but not quite sure what the reason is. I do not believe he had a triple yellow, but a brilliant thread down on that right. Glazer, pass right in the middle, and this time no argument. Simple finishing. And the much awaited celebrations underway as BFF Academy cleanly make it 2 against THIMPHU FC, who are at 0. Had one coming all game long. Dendrup Gelson put one in for himself finally. But again, this is youth. This is ambition. Glazer looking to make things happen for a second time around in back-to-back possessions. But in response, the Thunderbolts are taking no risks. They have compacted their back line. Not many avenues for BFF to explore through. Again, breach pass. Laser, onside again. Right between the legs of Stefan Abeko, Rinzin Doji had timed that run to the penalty area, but 19 couldn't find an angle to get a pass in. Tinu Jamso looking to get the quick throw in. Tenji Kelson got a foot in the way, and the throw in it will be for THIMPHU. Frantic pressure mounting on the shoulders of the Thunderbolts. Earlier when it rained, they couldn't boom. And right now, without the rain, finally looking for an answer forward poke right to Tandem Benjo, and the Thor delivers with perfection. Again, despite the 2 goals, it has been his solidity in the back that has kept them afloat. Denied crucial shot after crucial shot for THIMPHU. And sends it immediately up front. Couldn't hold on to possession there, but Stefan Abeko finds the angle right in the middle. And back to Stefan Abeko from Tawa. Prince exploiting space for himself, delivers right in the middle. Chogal Sherab, brilliant job getting ahead in. Zindru, confusion in the middle. Again, Digel flicks it back brilliantly. Zindru Jamso. Again, Digel. Quite a harsh challenge there from behind. Again, a brilliant flick to set it all up. Zindru Jamso with the vision and the confidence to send it right down the middle. But a bit too much on that challenge, uncalled for, and the crowd not letting Nimazer hear the end of it. Again, a lot of blue jerseys in the way. Chogel. Again, number 3 for BFF. Would really love to see one fall for him from distance. Has had 2 attempts from the center line that has come off the crossbar. But right now, a bit of hesitation there from number 3. Brilliant defending there. Nono, still Nono against Nimaezer. Nono cuts right in, delivered right at the area. Flicked right off behind, space for a shot! James will keep it alive for THIMPHU. Nimaezer got right back in. Tandin on the wing. Their captain. And BFF will have to settle for a corner. Look at that possession there. Plenty of power on that shot. Ramije. So much space on that bar. So much pace on that shot. And BFF will have to settle for a corner. Not much success for these youngsters, but their aerial ability, no joke. Riz Doji, a possible target, but right in the middle of nowhere was that delivery. And Richard Wilson, and the cheeky start. Prince playing it long. Tanipenjo, no mistake in his judgment this time around. Tenji Kelson right there. Suresh Saili in the way of that restart for Tandin, who will send it out long. Driven right down the middle. Digel a bit off to the side, and it is in fact off to Prince and James. Again, Prince back to his tendencies from THIMPHU Ravens. Really accurate on those long balls, but THIMPHU FC not the team you would want having targets posted up. Looking promising, right inside the penalty area. Stefan Abeko is beat, but Nima, a foot in the way. That shot never left the ground, and back for Sancho Neo up front this time. Right up front. The offside flag, as 4 more minutes of additional time have been added to the end of this miraculous match. Again, 4 minutes, plenty of time given the volume THIMPHU FC are putting up front if they can get 2 conversions in. BFF likely to continue on with their winning streak right now. 2 wins, 1 draw. A win sealed right now will mean that they will finally be on the top of the table with 10 points. Right now they are tied with Drukpa FC at 7. THIMPHU on the other hand will continue their losing streak and stay only above BoB Academy, the only team to not have any point at all. Suraj, Sancho, fought off Sonam, has the space, gets a shot off, but the same story thrice. Again, look at the turnout here in Chang Limitang. Solid voices. Confusion there. Well, still for BFF. And Chogal Cherap it is. Uncontested. Sent off by Tinder Jumso, quite strong there. Stefan Abeku. The press, the engine on these youngsters, untying. Prince running for his lives. Again, Prince Doji as well. Sends it right out long. Tinch Kelsen having to fight off 2. And Chogal Cherap keeping his attention occupied. Stolen from behind and poked off. Again. Hats off to Coach Karmatema. Did a brilliant job with these youngsters as they look to close out yet another victory here at Chang Limitang. But will it end in 2-0? Tilaser making the storyline something else. Delivered, switched sides. Now on the other side. At the edge of the box, slowly making waves inside. Prince right there, a foot in the way. Kritish Chunju. Now right in the middle. And again, immediate turnover. Chogal Cherap will play it slow. Chogal Cherap back again on that left wing. And the flag in favor of BFF Academy, who will get the throw in. Tandon Sewang. Any second now until the referee decides the fate of both teams here today at Chang Limitang. The youngsters making waves, maybe the statement of an entry into a new generation of Balinese football. The promise facing off against the legend. And right now, the promise has come out triumphant as the offside flag, and couldn't finish from there as well. And the yellow card there for that attempt from the referee. Any second now. THIMPHU granted the mercy of one more initiative. And BFF back in possession. And the referee finally lets it loose. As a miracle here. But no surprise. As hats off to Thanipenjo and his goalkeeping coach Kamadema with a brilliant job done with this batch of Bhutanese football, coming out victorious against the legends of our nation. Engineer Gilson on THIMPHU FC, not their best of outings, and BFF Academy will get the 3 points and climb up to the top of the BoB Bhutan Premier League, now with 10 points, 3 points clear of second place Drukpa FC. On the other hand, THIMPHU will stick to their second last position, right above Bhutan Academy. 1 win, now 3 losses, and only 3 points going forward. What a performance by these youngsters. What an effort. And what a match here. Despite the rain, their youth couldn't be stopped. And now we finally may have the decision that finally separates the top of the pack from the bottom. Otherwise, the most congested league we have had in a long while. But this time around, at least until the last match, when RTC got that win against THIMPHU City and Drukpa toppled by Tsirang, now finally BFF Academy, on the only team to go on a hot streak, will continue on to the top of the table. Until then, this was your commentator Ugintrish Toji. Thank you all for your help. Thank you all for your kindness. Thank you all for tuning in. Until then, hoping to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.